What's going on, drivers and fellow CB enthusiasts? This is Jay Rich back again with another one. And as per request by James McGee, he's like, hey dude, how'd you install that 99N4? I'm like, hey, let me show you, dude. So we're making a video. Anywho, the 99N4, we're gonna see how I installed it. I'm not showing the full install, and stay towards the end of the video. There's a pretty annoying problem with the Ranger X9, N2, and N4. I think I got a fix for that, so stay for that. We'll go through that a little bit. But yeah, let's go ahead and get on with the install of the 99N4. And if you would, go ahead and hit the subscribe right there in the corner, like it, share it, comment it, all that good stuff, hit the bell, and all of it. Let's go. All right, so here we have the 99N4 mounted on the dash of the Freightliner Cascadia, and simply you just have the 4 screws down here in the bottom. And like I said in the previous video, you need this tall bracket to be able to mount it on the dash. And if you look up here under this little cubby thing, there's not really a good spot to put a radio there. If you do, you're going to block out all of this. You're going to lose these lights, things like that. Drill holes, make it look crappy, you know. At least here on the dash, this panel pops out and you can replace this if need be, if it gets damaged or whatever. But to mount the N4 like this, you do have to buy a larger bracket. But yeah, 4 screws holds that on. Gave it a little bit of angle up for the driver to be able to see head on to it. Your power cables, like I said, this comes with the power cables. If you have not watched that previous video, go watch it. It comes with the Anderson connectors and all that. The coax comes out of the amp. The power wires come out of the amp and go here. These wires, this is external speaker. External speakers just roughed in here on the tablet mount. Yeah, tablet mount. So there's just no good place to put it. You know, you could put it up here in the window and stuff like that, but the sun's gonna pretty much kill the speaker. Either that or you have the speaker face down and then it's muffled and you can't hear it anyways. So out of the radio and these Anderson connectors, we come down into the fuse panel, and we just keep it like this because we didn't want to run excess wire to come down and around. He's like, dude, nobody rides over here. Hey, put it right there just like that. So that's what we did. And then we run down. Here is the fuse for the Ranger. It's car stereo style fuse that, and they provide a spare fuse as well. And here we have another Anderson connector that I supplied, and positive and negative. Here's your negative and your positive here that run to this Anderson connector. So in the event he changes trucks, he's not sitting there having to chop wires down, chop them down every time he moves trucks and things like that. He could just unplug, and if he needs to have a longer plug, he can just unplug this and make a new one however long he needs, if it needs to be 10 feet or 5 feet or whatever. So that's how we did that. Now, as far as the gauge wire, they supply, this is 8 gauge wire, 8 gauge, and then this is my 8 gauge that I gave to him. If you're gonna go, say, to the back of the truck, to the batteries, I would suggest stepping up from here, or I mean, you can step up from here, you know, but at least step up from here to, say, a 4 gauge wire, just to help carry that current that this radio demands, because this radio is 400 watts. with the amp on at peak, you know, all that good stuff. It's 400 watts. So if you're going any farther, probably make these wires larger, like a 4 gauge would probably be sufficient to carry that. So let's come on over here. I'm going to switch seats and everything. Let's take a better look at the radio. All right, so in the last video, the unboxing video, we didn't actually turn the radio on. So let's turn the radio on and take a look. Turn that squelch up a little bit, drown some of that out. But yeah, let's man, look how beautiful this radio is. Golly, I love this radio. Let's take a look at some of the functions and the features. Let's go over it again. You know, you got your standard 4-pin mic, your volume, and your squelch. Your mic gain is the outside. Your RF gain is going to be your inside knob. Your echo and your time, pretty self-explanatory there. Your talk back and your dim. Your talk back is variable. It's variable, so you can, the more you turn it up, the louder you're going to be coming back through your thing. And with the dimmer, what I do like about this, you see how it's all dimming and now it's all coming back? Look at that. See, a lot of radios that have colored faceplates, like just the green color, what's in green will dim. All of this, your frequency counter and your channel thing will stay bright. So yeah, even if it's not white, if they're blue, they'll stay bright. And I hate driving with blue lights. I hate it. Let's turn that down real quick. But yeah, that is a great feature of the Ranger. Is the no, I'm messing with the wrong thing. Golly, yeah, that is a great feature of the Ranger, is that the whole everything dims. Over here you have your power, so you can dial your power down and turn your power up. You have your fine-tune clarifier, which is for your sideband. Channel selector, of course. Here are your colors. There's purple and yellow, and I can't tell if that's blue or cyan. I think that's that cyan. That's white. Your red. Oh, and that's blue right there. Yeah, that's blue. And then back to green. Over here, you have your this is for your needle here. So if you switch to SWR, when you key up, it's going to swing to whatever your SWR is, which is, my SWR is low, but I don't trust that it's that low. I don't trust the radio's SWR meter. If you click it over here, it's going to be on modulation. Check, 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 check. And go to a different channel. Check, 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 check. One thing about this radio is the needle does not seem to swing with you as it should. And if you switched over here, this will show your power. Audio. Which, I don't know, maybe that 3 is 30 watts because the amp is off and should be down to 30 watts, but anywho, I just leave it on modulation. Don't worry about it. See, here is your band, your low band or high band. We are on high. Your radio, you got PA, noise blinker off, and then PA, but we're going to leave it on noise blinker. Your upper sideband, your AM, and your lower sideband. So let's see, your your different frequencies, A, B, C, D, E, and F. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Your fun switch, boom. Boomsy, that's 400 watts. All right, so moving on to one of the annoying features of this radio. Besides the squelch, I find the squelch to be fairly, I don't know, like you can see how low that needle sits, right? And the RF bonding on this truck is all done. You know, I've done this for my coworkers and stuff, but look at how far you have to turn the squelch, you know, to get that, just to get this little bit of static out, okay? You know, you have to turn it like halfway. But if you have not noticed, you see all of these knobs are round. This knob is not round, okay? This knob is not round. This knob came with the Ranger. It was the volume knob. Now, the reason why this is flat now is because with this knob, turning the volume is fairly stiff. It's fairly stiff to turn the volume with the round knob. So what we did is I took this is from a Cobra 29, and basically all you're gonna do is come in behind your squelch, all right, with something, I prefer plastic. Get behind there and push both knobs off. Both the squelch and the volume will both push off together. Put your squelch back on, and then you can put the volume knob back on. And the volume knob, see if I set this down where it'll focus, has to be D-shaped. All right, it has to have the D-shaped insert in it. Unfortunately, with the Cobra knob, your pointer is upside down. So when I turn the radio off, all right, it's 180 degrees out. The pointer should be down here, but that's just stupid. You know, don't worry about that. Now with the flat-sided knob, you have something to grab onto and to turn, because with the round, you feel like it's all or nothing with the volume. It's either way too loud or it's way too low. But having a flat-sided knob, it just gives your fingers just a little better control, you know, to fine-tune that. And be careful, because the knob for the Ranger is quite small, and there is room for it to wiggle. Some of the knobs you will find for the Cobra, particularly these tall ones with the line down the side of them, like this one doesn't have a line, it's got a dot on top. This one fits perfect. These with the on the side, they fit down in the cup pretty snugly. And what you may find is that when you turn your volume up, it turns the squelch as well. Or you turn the squelch down and it turns the volume down also. So be wary of that. You could maybe come inside this cup and, you know, take a little material out, or come on the outside of this and take a little material off. I'm going to do some digging around and maybe take material off the bottom side of this, just just shave the bottom down just a little bit, where it'll get off of the cup of the squelch knob. So yeah, as insignificant as that may seem, but both co-workers did complain about the volume knob. They's like, man, it's like, you know, it's all or nothing. You know, it's, you know, you think you turned it enough, but you haven't turned it at all. And I think what it is that that this being new, it's stiff, that you think you have turned this, but it's more or less your fingers are deflecting more than you're turning. So it's, then you turn a little more, and now it's freaking wide open and blaring. But yeah, with this you get a little better precise control with a flat-sided knob. So yeah, but that's how you do that. All right, guys, there you have it, the Ranger 99N4, how I installed it, and the couple little annoying problems, and you know, sort of going over the whole thing. So James McGee, I thank you for the suggestion. Thank you to my coworkers for letting me climb around this truck and video crap and everything like that. So if you would, guys, go on ahead and watch a playlist, subscribe, all that good stuff. There's a lot of content up here, a lot of helpful information up there, and watch that. Otherwise, guys, I appreciate y'all watching, sharing, commenting, and everything like that. And I'm Jay Ritchie. Keep your knees in the breeze and the shiny side up. We'll be seeing you.